But guys, okay, I feel like we need a little refresher on the drama. So I have two videos pulled up, both by Turkey Tom. And these videos, they're going to talk about the old drama, the copyright drama, and then the Omnia allegations. So strap in, boys and girls, because we're going to be relearning some of the drama. And for those of you who are brand new to the channel, you'll be learning about the drama for the first time. So let's dig into it.
Hi, Akumu. Due to a copyright takedown notice that we received, we had to take down your video from YouTube. Now, some of you are probably aware, and some of you are probably very confused as to why my Kai video just vanished. Princess Kai fucking striked it. This nobody, less than 1K channel, less than 1K, pissed him off, made him so angry, he had to abuse copyright to take it down.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's a good intro right there. Perfectly summarizes that.
This needs
Because like, I guess like in the art commentary community, Kai was like semi known, because his girlfriend was Omnia, who was like a much larger creator than what he was. But literally, like in terms of like commentary, fucking no one knew about him. And then he pulled that shit, and it's and like that fucking alerted everyone.
to stop now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Tom Dark channel.
Dude, back in the days when the Tom Dark channel was a daily upload channel where he just do gameplay commentary.
I'm your host, Tom Dark, and today I'm going to be talking about a situation that transpired on YouTube over the course of a very short amount of time, but despite how brief the actual drama was and has been, it resulted in the deletion of someone's channel pretty quickly. So without any more introduction, let's just get into what happened and why it's funny, interesting, etc. This is some really gay shit, so fair warning. So all of this starts with a creator named Kai Weiss. Kai Weiss has, or rather had, 18,000 subscribers. They are more in the art drama commentary community. I don't know what you would call it, but they make videos similar to Creepshow Art. If you're familiar with the channel,
Yeah, it's a fucking degenerate ass community right there. Holy, like, as we learned from the Lio Convoy drama and the Jar drama, like that community needs to stay far fucking away from what we're doing over here, because like, holy shit, some of those degenerates over there. One of them tried to threaten to sue me.
channel Omnia. Kai is her boyfriend, I believe, so make of that what you will, I guess. And so Kai had a growing audience based off of making videos about other creators and commentating on current YouTube events, right? Criticizing them, making fun of them, the typical things that a commentary channel does, nothing really out of the ordinary. And so, at one point, someone decided to make a video about Kai criticizing him. This is coming from a much smaller channel by the name of Akumu. This is a pretty run-of-the-mill thing to happen.
Another our commentary guy.
People make videos about each other all the time. It's not a big deal, right? This is just something that people do, especially if you're making a living, or especially if you're, trying to make a living from calling other people out. Eventually, you're going to get called out. It's just going to happen. Point your finger too many times, you're going to get a finger pointed at you. Whether it's justified or not is kind of irrelevant. You just have to accept that at some point, someone will make a video calling you a piece of shit and a bad person, and there's nothing you can really do about it. That's just part of the territory. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I feel like a lot of commentary creators don't understand this latter point, because like ultimately, you're gonna have dumb takes. You're gonna behave in a way that people find laughable or detestable. So like, eventually down the road, you kind of have to expect people to start making videos on you. That's just like the reality of being in this community. And I feel like a lot of people don't handle that well initially. Some people do. Like, I would say Turkey Tom, when the whole pyro thing happened, he handled it pretty well. For the most part. Afterwards, like in the moment, he didn't. But like, he realized that like if he just dwelled in that, he was never going to recover, and so he just kept on making content. And then you have opposites like John Swan, who instead of just making content, decided to like hang out in Discord servers with his like teenaged fans, where all they would do is like, yeah, John Swan, you're the best, John Swan, you know. And then like he get into like weird Discord drama when he didn't really need to, and now his career's dead. I don't even think he's really doing like the Patreon like learning how to edit videos anymore. I mean, he might still be doing that, but like the problem is like as soon as you find out like the type of editing he's doing, you can look it all up on YouTube. I mean, that how do you think he learned, right? But yeah, just moral of this part of the video is when you're being criticized over something, just handle it the best way you can. You know, we've seen plenty of examples on how to not handle something. So I think everyone by now should learn how to behave during their own drama.
Kai did not appreciate this very much and decided to, instead of just responding to Akumu or ignoring Akumu or tweeting at Akumu, you know, making a response video, instead, Kai decided to get their video taken down.
Due to a copyright takedown notice that we received, we had to take down your video from YouTube. Now, some of you are probably aware, and some of you are probably very confused as to why my Kai video just vanished. Princess Kai fucking striked it. This nobody, less than 1K channel, less than 1K, pissed him off, made him so angry, he had to abuse copyright to take it down. Now, what made our dear old buddy, our best friend, our beloved race identity politics princess take down this video? Barney, King Barney, the great voracious and gluttonous beast, out to satiate his hunger, the devourer of children. A Barney account said, Akumu told me to say hi. Did he really? I'll tell him hi too, in my own way. A fucking purple dinosaur was able to get Kai in his feels about me, like he was reminded of an ex.
Listen, don't fucking mess with Barney the dinosaur, man. He's coming for all of us eventually. It's only a matter of time.
I miss you too, Kai. I miss you too.
Now, some of you may be wondering what the contents of this video that was taken down were exactly, right? What was in this video? Is there any possibility that this video about Kai was infringing on his copyright in any way? Well, after watching the video in question, which is 40 minutes long, I've come to the conclusion that Akumu did not infringe on Kai's copyright. He made a video responding to him in commentary form, right? He would play a clip from Kai and then he would talk about what he had just said in that clip, rinse and repeat until the video.
So basically the standard commentary format. And oh my god, is this like a Mugen he's playing? Dude, I remember there was like there were a bunch of shitty Mugen games you could get on like the App Store. And like it would be like legit like this, like Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul versus Yu-Gi-Oh.
It was over. It was a very standard video.
Dude, that reminds me, I gotta play Jump Force again.
It is a response video in nature, so obviously, you know, he has to use some of these clips, but it is transformative in nature, right? So people start questioning Kai like, hey man, why did you take down this video that was critical of you? You know, the video is obviously to us fair use. It seems that they were transforming your content. It's not a replacement. So you couldn't have taken the video down because of your own insecurity and hubris, right? You think you are legally in the right to remove this video. You think there's legal precedent. There's no way that you are knowingly abusing the copyright system, Kai, right? Right? There's no way that you, Kai Weiss, are knowingly abusing the copyright system, right? Well, eventually, Kai responded by saying, I don't know why you're all acting like you didn't have this coming. It's all lols and trolls until he gets his video striked. Laughing my ass off. Being a general piece of shit and fucking with me and Nia for the sake of it ain't so funny anymore when it happens to you. Akumu can re-upload. I'm not lifting it.
But it's like at that point, right? Like, if you really want to, like, respond to this guy, because clearly you do, but, like, I don't know if it's because, like, you just don't want to bother with making the video, or if it's, you know, you can't really combat Akumo's points, but, like, you could have just made a response video, you know, and do, like, the standard back and forth stuff. Or, you know, the other option is just ignore the video, because, like, I mean, 18K, like, that's not, like, a whole lot. It's more than what I have, admittedly. But, like, 18K compared to someone who I believe at that time was just around like 900 subs. Like, that's fucking nothing, you know? You like, and I'm sure, well, I don't have the metrics on hand, but like maybe the video did relatively well for Okumo at that time, you know? But like you could have still ignored it, you know? Nerdy John, what's your favorite PS2 game? Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm gonna off the top of my head right now, I'm gonna have to say Budokai, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3.
And when they say lifting it, they're referencing the strike. And so here, Weiss is kind of perfectly outlining his intentions. He took the video down to fuck with Akumu. There's no conviction behind his words in terms of legality. He doesn't really care about that. He just thought that Akumu was fucking with him, and he thought, okay, the way to get back at him is to get the video taken down through YouTube's copyright system, which, if you ask me, is bad. It's bad to abuse YouTube's copyright system for a personal squabble, especially being someone who is, once again, trying to prop yourself up as a credible source, as someone who, you know, should be respected, and someone who is critical of other people. You want to be seen as above these guys that you're criticizing, or at the very least, you want to be seen as reporting accurate information. And so when you do something like this, it calls into question your credibility. It makes people think, okay, maybe this guy, he's a bit off his rocker, perhaps he can't be trusted. And throughout the next few hours, Kai continued to tweet, as did Omnia on this subject, and
this is the thing with Kai, is that like he makes like insane tweets. Like he'll like spurg out on Twitter. And he's done this multiple times. And then like he'll mass delete everything, delete his account, and then he'll create a new account, lay low for a little while, people will find it, and then he'll continue the spurg out. It's like the Jalen cycle with this guy. He is very unhinged, and look, I have to preface this early on. When we cover his allegations, obviously allegations are not evidence. Innocent until proven guilty, take everything with a grain of salt, etc., etc. But like this guy, it's clear that like he acts a lot on impulse, and that he doesn't think things through. Because like if he was able to think long term, he would realize that like the majority of the moves he's made for himself are not the proper ones you should do. But instead he just like goes on a fucking spree and then like cries and whines.
This basically showed their complete lack of understanding around copyright law and how that works, to the point that it is actually like infuriating how wrong they are. How many of y'all really watched Akumu's video on Kai? Because honestly, if you did, you would be confused whose video it was. Kai has had multiple people critique him and make videos on him, and he never once struck them. Maybe because this video was different. It wasn't transformative. Well, I did watch the video, Omnia, and in my opinion, it was totally transformative. Sure, it was clip heavy in terms of using clips of Kai, but so is the entire rest of the community's channels. This video was not an exception in terms of like, wow, yeah, 90% of the video is from Kai Weiss, and they didn't say anything about it. They just added a minute of black screen. Like, this is clearly a transformative video. Kai goes on to claim that the video is not transformative because over 40% of the video is clips of his own content. 40% of it meaning 40% of the Akumu video. And while you may think that you have a point here, in reality, the length of the clip actually doesn't have any effect on how transformative it is at all, or even the percentage of the content. Take Sargon of Akkad, for example, who won a lawsuit against Akilah Hughes on the same subject. Sargon basically took two videos from hers, he put them together side by side, and gave it a new caption, which would imply that the video and the way that the clips were arranged was critical of her, right?
A woman in the year 2016 after having like a black president for 8 years, and now we have Hillary, who could potentially be our next president, you know, and here's hoping. It started out as a very exciting evening and like full of hope that we would be like in a historic moment under a glass ceiling, like getting to be in the room where it's happening with Hillary. And honestly, it started like this high and then just like crept down until forever.
Akilah Hughes thought she could basically ruin Sargon and she had a bone to pick with him, so she took him to court over it, claiming that he had infringed her copyright. Well, believe it or not, despite the fact that the video was basically entirely Akilah's content because of the way the clips were used and the way that the title was attached to the video, it was deemed fair use. And the reason for that is because Sargon's video could not serve as a replacement for Akilah's video. It serves its own purpose. It is its own thing. It was critical of her, and it's in.
And that's why whenever like with the Dark Viper especially. That's why I always use the Sargon example, because like it's like obviously it's like you can argue it's like the bare minimum, but like with how simplistic he made everything, and that's considered transformative. Like like you should not be angry when people decide to react to your content, because like technically like reaction content like is the bare minimum of what you can do to change something, right? Now obviously, me personally, I feel that Hassan and XQC, they don't do a whole lot to transform the video, because it's just like there are chairs in the background, or like in XQC's case, like he like says something in an unintelligible, and then it's like chop 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 chop. But yeah, like I don't think Dark Viper quite understood, because like he'll always talk about like react content, right? But then like you see, we're not talking about fair use, but like the topic you're talking about like involves fair use is the thing, and I don't think he quite understands that. But I digress. Let's continue.
No way like a re-upload monetizing her content in that way, right? And the same really applies to Akumu's video, although I think this is even more cut and dry, and you don't even need that precedent to prove it. Omnia also continued to tweet about this and really just made a fool out of herself, right? Showing that she knew nothing about copyright law. As a professional YouTuber, I think you should try to educate yourself a little bit on the scripture on that, because it's really important to know. Once Kai got shit on more, she was like, guys, look, Kai did this. It's not my fault, all right? I'm Omnia. I'm an independent.
And this is kind of funny, because like the cracks online started showing, and like granted, I don't know what kind of conversation they had with each other IRL about this, but I find this part of the copyright drama very interesting, considering what happens next.
Person, I'm my own person, and I'm staying out of this, which is just a cop-out, because she was repeatedly defending his action on Twitter and siding with him, so of course she would be criticized for her take on that, right? If you defend someone doing something bad, you'll also be criticized, maybe not to the same extent, but you will be brought into the conversation, especially as a public figure. Looking at Kai's timeline is genuinely infuriating because of how brain dead he is and how condescending his tone is when talking about an issue that he knows fucking nothing about. And eventually, someone who does know a bit about copyright decided to fire up a stream talking about it, John Swan. And from this stream, we got some really great clips, particularly once Kai Weiss decided to hop on and talk to John. The first thing Kai asks when he gets on is why Omnia is in the thumbnail and description.
My first thing is like, why is Omnia in the thumbnail and description?
Because she involved herself with this, right? If a big content creator is talking about a situation, their faces and name are going to be in the title of the thumbnail, right? Like what was it? There was like a VTuber drama I remember Tom talking about like a month or two ago, and then he put in the title Asmongold, or like WestJet, I think, because like they were talking about it both on their streams and on Twitter. Like, that's just the reality of it. If you're a big creator and you're talking about something that's like a current trending topic, people are going to insert you in their thumbnails, in titles. That's just the reality of the situation. The fact that like retroactively, Kai and Omnia were trying to be like, Omnia has no involvement in this situation whatsoever. It's so dumb, because you guys are the ones constantly tweeting about this situation. If you didn't want Omnia to get involved for you, maybe don't have her tweet out anything involving your controversy, and maybe don't retweet what she's saying. Because like you're actively like retweeting her support of your arguments. So like people are allowed to comment on them, you know?
I already addressed this on Twitter. Omnia made some takes, and her like story, like some of her tweets were like integral to understanding some parts of the story. So that's why she's in there.
But why? That doesn't answer.
Because I can.
That does explain it. That does explain it. I'm sorry. You're like, okay, at the time he had 18K. I believe Omnia's first channel was what, at least over 300,000 subscribers. You're dating a bit like at the time a relatively big YouTuber, dude. I'm sorry. People are gonna like talk about her, especially when she self-inserts herself into your drama.
Okay, but that still doesn't answer my question.
Yeah, it does, because I can. And she's interested in, she's part of the story, so I added to the title and
Important
description.
is she a part of the story? If you feel the need to put her in the title and description, how important?
But she's made takes on the situation, so I think she can be criticized for those takes.
Also, has no one ever heard of clickbait before? My guy, people are gonna clickbait it. I don't know what else to tell you.
I was going to,
Because like Omnia's name, at least at the time, gets a lot more traction than your name. So I don't know what to tell you.
way, but like,
Takes, John. There are
you-
plenty of people who made takes on the situation.
yeah, but
Does
she's
that
she,
mean that, like, all
she's
of
she's a
them-
notable channel. She's a notable channel.
Just
So
because she's a notable channel doesn't mean anything. Plenty of
Yeah, it
other
does.
notable
It does.
channels
she
talk
has
about
she has like when people listen to her takes, people use that with they view that with a lot more
You can say
credibility
the same for
as if it was someone
literally any
else.
other channel. You can say the
Who's
same
made
for
what other
other
channels commented on this drama?
You have Scrimzox who came and commented on it.
Yeah, but
Oh, fucking Scrimzock, aka like Natty. Dude, that fucking Roblox degenerate. I'm glad they're out of this community, man. I am so happy that they are.
he supported me. Like he was. Who else was it?
Sister Zio talked about it.
Yeah,
There
but
are
those
plenty of
people,
other YouTubers
those people
who
were
talk
all
about
right.
it.
Those people were correct. So I'm criticizing the people that are
That's
wrong.
To you.
Yeah,
To you. To you.
yeah.
To you. They're
To you. To you.
correct to you.
And this sort of leads me back to what Omnia was saying on Twitter. I feel like the reason why these comments in particular were made is because she's basically playing damage control, and apparently Kai is helping with that, being like, well, why is Omnia in the thumbnail? This is about me. When it's like, well, yeah, but Omnia is a big creator. She's heavily associated with you, and she made some very bad tweets about this, right? She had some poor takes, and so she's going to be included in the conversation. But when John tries to address it, Kai just kind of like plays dumb and completely misses the fucking point. And Kai thinks he has the upper hand, so he's like, John Swan, stop quacking. As if that's gonna help his case.
Why would I talk about the people that are right? What?
Hold on. John Swan, relax. Stop quacking, bro. Like,
In retrospect, it's so funny to hear Kai try to say, "Hang on, buddy. Relax there. Relax there, buddy. You're the one in the wrong. You're the wrong in the..." Or Jason Derulo stealing TikToks and putting them on his own original music. To basically, oh yeah, that whole thing was interesting. I think didn't Peepaw talk about that? I feel like him and Gigi talked about that at one point.
tell me what makes these people right.
Because I believe that
Define
they're
what
I
makes
believe that
them
they're
right.
correct. It would help
Why are they right? Because they support fair use. To you.
if you
Okay,
like
so
watch the
you-
rest of the
okay,
video.
okay,
It would
great,
help if you
great,
watch the
great. I'm
stream because
glad you
I
said
go
that.
to
I'm
all of
glad
this in the
that-
stream.
Hold on, John Swan, stop quacking, bro. Relax.
Stop quacking.
Like I said, okay, so you believe that they're right. So it's a matter of opinion.
Yeah,
You think that they're right.
yeah.
But as the debate goes on, it becomes apparent that he knows literally nothing
Bro thought he was winning in this too, which was hilarious.
about copyright law and was simply taking down Akumu's video completely out of spite.
Why do you
Right.
think a reaction channel reacting to to content that doesn't belong to them isn't fair use?
Okay, so Akuma used 4 minutes of unedited content, right? That's what you're saying.
You didn't answer my question. I literally just asked you, John. Why do you think a reaction channel sitting there and looking at a video with absolutely no commentary is not fair use? Why is that not fair use?
Because they're not adding anything to the video.
Okay, just like Akumu didn't add anything to my content.
Well, he
So what
did.
the fuck are
He
you
commented
talking
on your
about?
content afterwards.
Okay, but
Yeah, because like you play the clip, you give your take on that section of the clip, you continue. That's the basis of a commentary format, you know?
he didn't add any. So I can pause. If I react to a video, John, and I don't say anything throughout that video, and I pause it and say, wow, that was funny as shit.
No, that's not how it
And
works.
then I
He's
keep
done
the
like
video-
Okay, now I feel a bit targeted right here. I feel a bit targeted right now, because that's essentially what I'm doing right now. All I'm saying is, look, Turkey Tom, listen. When you renew the Stop Gooner merch, I'll buy it. Okay, just don't copyright strike me right now. But there are ways as like a reaction type channel that you can add transformative content, whether it be live stream formats like this, or like how Ethan Klein did his reaction content back when he was uploading to his main channel. Because like Augie, when he was doing After Hours, that's a reaction channel format essentially, right? But he transforms the content with how he discusses everything, right? Because like realistically, if you're reacting to something, you want it to at least be like double, if not triple the time. That's most ideal with it, because like then at that point, you know, you're adding a whole lot to. I mean, you give your opinion, explanation, etc. Yeah. But no, I'm making jokes. But there are ways that you can do reaction content and be transformative. It's just people like Hassan and XQC, they don't do that. They don't do that whatsoever, and it irritates me because like they put in no effort and they get millions of dollars. I listen. I need my slice of the cake.
Extensive commentary on your video. Why did you use 4 minutes of Peach's video completely unedited in your video on Peaches?
What do you mean completely?
You used 4 minutes of completely unedited video.
Hold on, John, because I'm not gonna let you pull that bullshit.
Here it is. 4 minutes, mate. 4 minutes of completely unedited material.
Oh my god, John, there's literally an overlay 4 clips. That is me adding.
Okay, so Kai, let me go over. If you watch the stream.
So if Akumo just added like a shitty VHS filter over it, he would have been completely fine, according to Kai right here.
Kai, listen to me for 1 fucking second, okay?
Oh my god, he's quacking.
Holy shit. You just keep on talking the whole fucking time.
This is one of those scenarios where I don't even know why Kai decided to go on the stream if he knew literally nothing about the topic. Like, he didn't know what he was talking about at all. He looks like a complete fucking moron. And he really got kill-shotted for it. This isn't even a moment that's like, why would you debate John Swan? This is more of, why would you debate anyone on this subject when your knowledge of it is so limited and you are so emotionally invested in the topic? It's kind of a poisonous situation for anyone to go into, no matter the topic. After this happened, a lot of people were talking about the debate, and eventually, kind of out of nowhere, Kai just decided to wipe his entire internet presence. The channel is gone. He also got rid of his Twitter account, but came back yesterday briefly.
And then deleted that Twitter account, came back, deleted that Twitter account, came back, and honestly, I don't know what he's at now. All I know is his last Twitter account he was using, he blocked me.
To talk about it. He sort of half apologized and half didn't by saying, I just want to leave this Twitter up to let it be known I'm sorry. While I feel justified in the strike, I feel there are many other ways I could have handled it. I'm not trying to run from the situation, but the harassment has gotten to be a lot, and it kind of opened my eyes. Like, you know, I say it's a half apology because he kind of opens up with saying I'm sorry, and then goes on to, you know, not really be sorry for anything that happened. Firstly, you claim that you still feel justified in falsely striking someone's video when you are clearly proven to be completely unknowledgeable about fair use. And you then say that you are being harassed to basically play the victim. And your evidence for harassment at first is just like people fucking owning you on Twitter being like, get fucked. And even if you were actually harassed in any capacity, which does happen in situations like this, like these are random spurgs. Who the fuck are these people? Why do you care? You are a public figure. This is something that you should be able to deal with. This is a part of the internet. Just because you got fucking owned doesn't mean that you get to throw this really sad pity party because you got 10 DMs in an effort to get out of it. No one fucking cares. Like, this is the same shit that you would do to anyone else in this situation. You would quote tweet them and be like, get fucked, you got owned. You were doing the same thing to Akumu when you took down his video. You were like, get fucked, I fucking owned you. And now that you got someone else's dick slapped across your face, you're fucking crying about it. You are a commentary channel. You criticize people. The fact that your skin is this thin is really pathetic, and I think that you need to grow the fuck up. Honestly, if I was Kai, I would probably feel very embarrassed to even try to come back to the internet right now, especially at such like an early juncture in his career. Like at 18,000 subscribers, I feel like it's kind of a bad time to have your first like mental breakdown online and, you know, have that just mark your time on this site early on. If this was involving anything else, you might be fine just ignoring it and moving forward and trying to push past it, you know, maybe make an apology. But the fact that you like fake apologized 8 times and admitted to copyright abuse is really not something that people in the community typically let fly. You kind of showed yourself to be.
And I think that shows because, like, again, he has this not that. Oh, did I delete? No, I did not. Okay, he has his second channel here, but like, look at it. It's like he's like scrubbed pretty much all of his videos except for the ones from like a year ago, and then he only has like almost 11K from this, which granted, like it's more than what I have. But he deleted his original channel and then had to build that all up from the again, and like he has less to show for it now. All of this could have been avoided. and Sniper Wolf, who docs Jack's films, did that as well. I have a theory on why YouTube said both. Yeah. I mean, you give your opinion. Are we ignoring the Gooner anime pic on the screen during John Swan's thing? Wait, what Gooner anime pic is there? Hang on. What Gooner anime pic? I don't see a Gooner anime pic right here. Oh wait, are you talking about like when he was showing Are you talking about when he was showing off the like the timeline? That's just Hopeless Peach's character.
The topic. Like, he didn't know what he was talking about at all. He looked like a public figure. This is something that you should be able to deal with. This is a part of the internet. Just because you got fucking owned doesn't mean that you get to throw this really sad pity party because you got 10 DMs. Is this thin is really pathetic, and I think that you need to grow the fuck up. Honestly, if I was
But yeah, that's essentially it for that part of the story. He got owned epically for it, you know, and I think for the most part, I think people were willing to just like forget about it because like he spurged out, and for the most part, everyone was just willing to let it pass at that point, right?